What up, Ref Leaders? Welcome back to my channel. Here we are back in Houston. We just took a look at the new developments here at the 4 Points Hotel and Resort and Sheriff Mall, and that's GWI. What I wanted to do is to show you what's happening further along this new highway, Heroes Highway. And the first thing we see is that there's some development going on here. The land is being prepared west of the highway in Houston, west of Heroes Highway. This land is being prepared. Like I said, there's a lot of land preparation going on here. This is probably going to be another building, but it's too soon to know because a lot of these warehouse type buildings are being constructed in this neck of the woods. As you can see all around me, warehouse type buildings. And here on the eastern side, let me see if I can get closer. Right on the eastern side of the of this highway, and that's looking west, that's looking north, and this is east. So they seem to be building, at least the last time we were here they were putting up what seemed to be a fence in the distance. It's not very clear on this this camera, but this land was once covered with white sand. All of it was covered with white sand about a year ago, maybe 6 months ago, and all of this grass grew up in the time since then. But of course it's meant for construction, and in the distance the land is being prepared. I can see fences. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Like I said, this camera is not sharp enough to pick that up. The lens isn't, the zoom isn't that great. But there's construction going on here in this neck of the woods, and very soon I probably will be able to show you what is being built. I can only guess. This is what I'm walking on right now, is a street. It's a concrete strip of road that is built parallel to the Heroes Highway. When they built it first, I thought it was going to be like collectors. You know, if you were driving on the 401 in the vicinity of Toronto, there are these collectors you can get off the 401 expressway highway onto these collectors. So I thought that was the idea behind this. Turns out that I was mistaken. Nobody's that forward thinking in this neck of the woods, but I suppose it's going to be a local street which is quite wide and promising, because Georgetown was built on a model or a template, a grid that was imported from Europe, from the United Kingdom, from England, and so the streets were built very narrow. Buildings are very close together because that's how they built cities in the 17th and 18th century, or the 18th and 19th century, with very narrow streets. So it'd be nice to see wider streets being built in this new development part of the city of Georgetown, but we have to wait and see what turns out, what turns up. But this is what's happening in this neck of the woods. Right, there's a lot of land preparation going on, and a lot of land foundation or building foundations being put in, but it's not yet clear what those buildings are going to be. For example, that's a warehouse building. has gone up in the last, what, 2 months, 3 months since I gave a tour of the shopping center. Right, there is a shopping center. Those buildings you can see in the distance, part of a shopping center I covered in the past. I showed a number of stores that already signed up to operate out of that shopping center, with names like the Home Store, a few security groups, and so on. So I'm not so sure if this warehouse building is part of that shopping center. The building seems different in design, so I'm assuming that it isn't. Maybe they decided to make a different institution, or different company, or different operation out of the second half of that complex. On this side, this says Blue Water Shipping. So another warehouse building over here. Blue Water Shipping, I think, is an international shipping company associated with the oil and gas industry. And they're in this neck of the woods. The name on the building is new because I think the last time I was here, several months ago, I didn't see a name on the building. This is that intersection that was being constructed in an earlier video. They've now installed cameras. So they've installed these traffic cameras, and I suppose that, well, those are radar speed cameras and radar guns. This road now goes all the way through to the East Bank Public Road. I followed this road in a previous video. You can go back to the archives and see it, but it actually comes out on the East Bank at MacDoom. And as you can see, there are a lot more warehouse buildings and so on being constructed here. But that's it, guys. That's what's happening in this neck of the woods. It's the East Bank, the East Bank Bypass Road that's normally called, now being called Heroes Highway. And that's looking north towards South Rumford Gardens. That is the traffic circle at South Rumford Gardens. And this is looking south towards the traffic circle. And by the way, it's now Rome. The name of this village is now called Rome. So we've left Houston. Right, so north of this bridge is Houston, but we're now standing in Rome, and that's looking south towards the traffic circle at Eccles, the Eccles interchange. What I wanted to do in this video is to see how far the East Coast Bypass Road had come. And we know that East Coast Bypass Road at Ogle, which we've seen in previous videos, will connect to this Heroes Highway at Eccles, at the Eccles interchange. I've never been able to see the Eccles interchange, to see the road at the Eccles interchange, because it's so busy and with so much traffic and so much dust. that I've never really been able to examine it. Let's see if it's different today. That's where we're headed, south. And we'll get to that in the next video. But that's what's happening in this neck of the woods. If you want to see more content like this, click like and subscribe. So that warehouse building is being constructed by Nabby and Sons. It's an old construction company. And this is what it looks like. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing economy in the world, Guyana. Later!